Shalom uvracha, guys. Hello. Happy Yom Revi'i. Welcome to yet another quick pop-up episode with me where we're going to dive into a little bit of Torah. And as you guys know it, I like to take the da'at from the Torah and make it into Etz Chaim, a way of living a lifestyle that we can perform and be in a better state with clarity, with sanity, with security, with ahava, and without any bibul, with bitachon and with shmirah, protection, while we're up and while we're sleeping. So this week I decided to continue with an episode that I call Spiritual Sanitation, keeping our bodies and neshama clean in order for us to tap into Etz Chaim and live accordingly. So we learned this chokhmah from Shlomo Melech. He was the wisest man of all. And as we know it, during the time when he built Bet HaMikdash, there was a story where he wanted to figure out how to build the Bet HaMikdash, and he couldn't use any instruments that had metal in it, because metal is from charavot, which is swords, and it kills. So he wanted to know the secret of what we call tolat ashamir, and it's this worm that was able to cut through the stones. And what happened is that when he went out to get this wisdom, he had collaborated with a king, and his name is Melech Ashmadai. And for 7 years, Shlomo Melech was not really a king. He wasn't really sitting on his throne. He was suffering, and he was in a spiritual war with this king. Eventually, when Shlomo got back to sit back on his throne, as wise as he was and amazing and an incredible human being that we all look up to, he suffered from anxiety and fears and a little bit of paranoia. Today, I guess we would call it PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, where he was in a very, very traumatic state for 7 years, and no one believed him that he was the king. And I'm not going to get into the story of exactly what happened in those 7 years. I'm going to focus on the solution. We all know the problem. We all know that our generation is suffering from extreme anxiety. And many people really feel depleted and not able to perform accordingly. So we have a secret in Kriyat Shema al Hamita. It's a prayer we say before we go to sleep. And it's the pasuk שאומרים הנה מיתתו של שלמה 60 גיבורים סביב לה. It's over here, it's in the middle, and they say to say it 3 times. I'm going to say the whole entire pasuk so we can bring down the light of these words, the Aleph Bet, to be able to go and enlighten the world, the universe. הנה מיתתו של שלמה 60 גיבורים סביב לה, מגיבורי ישראל כולם אוחזי חרב, מלומדי מלחמה, איש חרבהו על יריחו, מפחד בלילות. It's from שיר השירים, פרק ג', פסוק ז'. So we're going to break it up and see what his message is and what the secret code over here is. Before we speak about that, I'm just going to mention that in the Gemara it says, when we go to sleep, 1/60th, 1/60th, it's like we're not here. We all go to bed after a long day that we had. Our body's tired, and we're just basically waiting to go into this unconscious state of mind. Our neshama stays here. Our body stays here. But we have the yechidah, the chaya, and the neshama that goes up. Excuse me, I said the neshama stays here. Our goof stays in bed. And our neshama travels and then comes back down. In that time, when the different parts of our neshamas are traveling, in the different rakiot, in the different parts of Shemaim, heaven, whatever it is called, I'm not going to get into that right now specifically, just between the place where we're sleeping, where we go and come back, a person interacts with different spiritual entities. It could be grandparents, it could be a rebbe, it could be an old mentor, a neighbor, or also, unfortunately, there's unfriendly entities that are out there, that their entire job is to come and attack. And if we're not protected and guarded, then we're able to get attacked. It's like being healthy in the winter. It's easier to get sick and cold, so we take vitamin C and we drink herbal teas and we dress up warmer so the virus doesn't attack us. So too is when we go to sleep and we're in a dream state. Some of us remember the dreams and some of us don't. We wake up and we start our day. So Shlomo Melech taught us a secret. He said, I'm going to first start with quoting a little bit of the Zohar. And again, he says, Ine mitato shel Shlomo. I'm not going to quote that again. Omer HaZohar, the Zohar says, Shlomo hu melech she'ashalom shelo. Shlomo is the king that peace is his. מיטתו היא מלשון מיטה בחשיבות. כאשר אנחנו שוכבים על המיטה והראש והרגליים נמצאים באותו הגובה, אנחנו זקוקים לשמירה. When we go to bed and we're resting, now our head and our feet are on the same level. And that's when we need extra protection. את השמירה מספקים כאן 60 הגיבורים. This protection, the 60 גיבורים, the warriors, the strengthened ones that are able to activate that towards us. שנאמר, סומך על השם לכל הנופלים. And that's during the time when we're kind of fallen, when we're in a state of sleep. Over here we have Rabbi Bibi, Ben Rav Eliezer, Ben Rav Yossi, that also says, של שלמה ומלך שהשלום שלו. גיבורי ישראל הם שמגברים את ישראל. They strengthen Israel. כולם אוחזי חרב, אמר רבי עוזיה. דברים מבורכים בגבורה. It's words that is blessed with gevura. And those words are, יברכך השם וישמרך, יאר השם פניך ויחונך, יישא השם. It's from מדבר ו'. Milamdei. Okay, so basically what is going on here is that we're going to break down who the warriors are, what are they doing, and what's their superpower. 60 גבורים סביב לה, אלו כ"ד, 24 משמרות כהונה. It's the 24 watchers of the kahuna. And וכ"ד משמרות ללוויה, and 24 watchers for a levaya, for a funeral, or ללוות, to escort. וי"ב 12 מגיבורי ישראל ששומרים את ישראל, and 12 of them are the גיבורי ישראל that are watching and protecting Israel. And אוחזי חרב, the ones that are holding the swords, הם או התלמידים, הם אלו שמלמדים את הכהנים, they're the ones that are teaching the kohanim the halachot and the knowings of shchita, והלכות זריקה, kabbalah, וכמיצה. I guess those are different ways to activate when you do korbanot, but it's also it is a very spiritual meeting of those specific words, zrakim, kabbalah, וכמיצה, and teaching the kohanim how to do the proper shchita. So the secret is that the 60 giborim are the 60 words that we hear during Birkat HaKohanim, Yivarechecha Hashem v'yishmerecha. We all know when we go to shul, b'michad on Shabbat, and we hear the Kohanim give us the bracha. It's literally being activated to some sort of, it's like, imagine you're a phone, and that's an application, an app, a super app, and while hearing that, you're activating through their 10 fingers, which is the 10 sources of chambers and gates that are from your heart to Shemaim onto Am Yisrael, from the Kohanim, giving us shmirah. So we have the ability to tap into that hack every single night when we say Kriyat Shema al Amita. There's different sections to Kriyat Shema, where we say Shema, Echad, one, we remember Kol Hu Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto L'Olam V'ed, may his name be blessed forever in eternity. And then we say V'ahavta, and we say a part, please Hashem, let me forgive anyone I hurt, and everyone should forgive me, so we can have a clean slate. And then we ask that we fall asleep properly. And we ask Hashem, Lashkiv otanu b'shalom. He should put us to sleep in peace and wake up in peace. And Hamalach HaGoeloti, we all know the song Hamalach HaGoeloti, and from Yaakov Avinu. And then we come to many other parts. Yivarechecha Hashem Yishmerecha, we say it here 3 times. Lishutcha Kiviti Hashem. But there's the part of the Shlomo Melech from Shir Hashirim, Ine Mitato. So you have to understand, Kedaber Keheyeh. As I speak, so it shall be. It is that simple. That is being in humility. That's being in a nav. That's being in a state of Moshe Rabbeinu where we believe that we say something and it is happening. By us saying, Ine Mitato Shlomo Sheshim Giborim Savivla, we create those 60 warriors to come and activate peace and protection around our bed when we're completely powerless of what's happening to our body, and we give it over to Hashem Yitbarach and ask these watchers to come and protect us overnight. Shlomo Melech did it. How can we not? He's telling us, I am the wisest one of all, and I left you treasures, my beloved. I left you treasures throughout the world of how to become close with Hashem. And we think treasures are looking in the ground and finding a big box with gold and jewelry and coins, which is happening all over Yerushalayim. It's unbelievable. But I believe that Shlomo Melech meant this treasure as well. He suffered from serious fears after the war that he went through with this king of Shmidai to bring us the secret of the Tolat HaMeshi. And we all have our little unpleasant fears that we're dealing with. Many people have gone through serious traumatic events in their life, and we go to sleep with fear. And when there's fear, when there's pachad, we can't let Hashem completely in. Ahava and love, Ahava is Hashem's name. It cannot enter fully and engage with us and work with us properly when we're fearing. Now, it's not our fault we're fearing. This world could be very scary. And Shlomo taught us, say these words, have me in mind. And these 60 warriors with their swords, we know that this war is called the charavot, swords. Cherev is our mouth. And we can use our mouth to win this war by saying Shlomo HaMelech's advice and wisdom. And that's how we're going after a war in our bed, while we're sleeping, in our cozy blanket, in our yummy bed. We are winning the war in our place, and then completely all over the olam, all over the 4 corners of the world, we're able to manifest that energy. And also for our beloveds, to have these 60 guardian watchers who say the Birkat HaKohanim while we're saying it with them. And now they have the koach and the ability to win our wars and fight our battles that we can't while we're sleeping. We learn from Chizkiyahu Melech, towards the end, he's like, Hashem, listen, I fought enough, I bled enough, I sweated enough, I'm just going to stay home and learn the Torah and do right and be in my place. And perhaps that's what he meant when he couldn't fight anymore. We cannot go out to Gaza and bring back those children on a physical level, but we can go to bed after a day filled with avodah, maasim tovim, mitzvos, feeding ourselves, giving our bodies the proper rest, saying this amazing prayer, and letting the upper worlds do what we can't. The only thing that we can do is commend them and say it, and inside our hearts, believe it. And if we don't ask Hashem, Hashem, let me believe that every single word I say is a kayam v'mitkayem, boreh ma'aseh bereshit. Every day Hashem said we can livrot ma'aseh bereshit, we can create a new world. So why not create a brand new world with sweet dreams? And so I recommend that everyone gets one of these. Kriyat Shema Lamita, preferably not laminated, so when it gets wet, it doesn't get ruined. I have this thing in my bed for years. And don't forget to have this next to your bed, another spiritual hack we spoke about, where we have a prepared natla with a towel by the side, so when we wake up in the morning, right away, we can wash our hands, our eyes, and say, מודה אני לפניך, חי וקיים, שחזרת בי נשמתי בחמלה רבה אמונתך, thank you, Hashem, for giving me back my neshama, for giving me back another day to be here, to be your servant. And at the same time, I too need things. But before we start touching and hugging each other, I'm washing my hands properly because I don't know where my neshama and yechida and chaya were, and now I'm in my body. And I want everything to be clean and pure. And it doesn't take fancy, expensive, organic soaps and showers to do what a simple natla can do for you in the morning. It is extremely dangerous to touch yourself, to touch your eyes before you wash your hands. We're contaminating. Again, imagine your very expensive iPhone, and as soon as you touch it, my own body, without cleaning my hands, is literally putting on viruses on your phone all day. And then we're on it all day, and we don't understand why we can't think clear, hear clear, see clear, and smell clear. So for literally a few dollars, a few shekels, whatever country you live in, you can change your life forever, and everybody that's around you is it's contagious. So I recommend for everyone to take this seriously and get your Kriyat Shema, and it's one of the best medicines to fight post-traumatic stress disorder, as per Shlomo HaMelech, the gorgeous. I'm not gonna hide it. He was gorgeous, and he still is. And Chabad, we should miss out on another night of an opportunity of taking danger and not taking a little bit of precaution before we go to bed by doing this very simple thing. You could say it in English. If Hebrew is too hard for you, you can Google translate it and say it in English, sing it in English, dance it in Spanish, whatever it might be. It's gonna help, and I can't wait to hear from you guys how this hack helped your life become a much more clear and clean, and then this way we don't have bilbul. We're yasharen, and we're straight with Hashem, and we become Prinat Eretz Israel, being one with ourselves and our surrounding, up, down, and all around. That Uncle Maishi. All right, guys, sending you love and blessings from Yerushalayim Ira Kodesh, wishing us a great rest of the week. The Chagot Shabbos Kodesh. We're gonna, God willing, do a little bit more Torah about Parashat Shmot, Moshe Rabbeinu, Enon Mivado, Hashem Yitbarach. But we love you, Moshe. He's our hero of the week. Yalush.